I didn't know there was. Supposedly, there's a new Jurassic Park movie out. Comes out this year. Maybe it's already out. I don't know. I'll watch it. Maybe that's why that popped up. AI. It's not just algorithms anymore, but it's AI. So Jurassic Park Rebirth. I watched that a few weeks back. It popped up. I mentioned it. And I believe YouTube knows not only stuff that you mention in videos or audio presentations that you post, but even shit that you don't post. It's they got their fingers in everybody's pies. They know what's on your phone. Even if you deleted it, it's not really gone. Um, so you know, YouTube and Google and which they're kind of one and the same. Like literally, Google, you know, bought YouTube or absorbed it or whatever, several years ago, like a decade or some shit like that. But they know what you're doing. So keystrokes, it's been proven. If you got your computer on or even off, hell, it could be unplugged if it's got a battery. If the battery has juice, you could be having a conversation with your girlfriend about pet food, and then you'll, get an advertisement for pet food, either in YouTube or your fucking email or some shit. There was some video I didn't get it watched, but I'll just retype it in about your phone is listening to you 24/7, and I would even argue videoing you. And like I said, you got a home security system, that can be hacked. Um, you know, Man, there was an old TV show. It was a long time ago where people were driving around. Now this was a while ago, so you had to like actually like be near the house, but they were showing, like okay, now we're observing this person's living room. Okay, nobody's home. It's just an empty house. Oh, here we have, a family eating dinner. Okay, they're playing with the dogs. They're watching a movie. Just Ben and Brian are all over that shit. You know, it makes them feel a certain way. And like I said, the internet is the most insecure it's ever been. The people who design, build, and maintain, technology of any kind, but especially Magic Air, because Magic Air, um, it is built by the most incompetent and weakest people, and there's the most bad actors. And even if they're not a bad actor, who are trying to harvest your information to sell it, or personally, hack you or scam you, it could be just Ben or Brian, and again, these days in modern times, they don't have to be, patrolling a neighborhood, so they're close to, the main router or whatever with their fancy tech computer gizmo. They could be anywhere in the world, and they might not be watching you, but they're listening to you, and like I said, okay, so it's unplugged, but does it still have a battery, you know? Um, and it's just the way of the world these days. But the stakes are a lot higher. I mean, I remember being like 10 years old, when maybe not 10, maybe a little older, right around there, when cordless phones became a thing. They were still in your house, but you didn't have to sit, at the kitchen table. You know, you could walk anywhere in the house with your cordless phone. You could go in your room or whatever, while you were talking on, when I was a kid, there was just one phone. And like I said, it used to have a cord, and then it had a really long cord, and then it became cordless. But if you were closer to your neighbor's main port where they hung the phone up, if you were talking on the phone at the same time, depending on who dialed first and whatnot, you would hear their conversation. So that's a perfect example of magic air. So if you lived in an apartment complex, you might pick up your phone to dial somebody, hit the on button, because that's how it worked. You pick it up, then turn the phone on, then dial the numbers. And when you did that, you might just hear your fucking neighbor talking. So same concept, only it's it's all over the place. It's not just your neighbor. It could be Ben or Brian anywhere in the fucking world. So, but anyway, I forgot why I went down that rabbit trail, but that's cool. I watched The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare today. Something popped up for. So that was based on a true story. There was a pretty girl in it. She didn't remind me of anybody. But anyway. My favorite scene was probably that muscle dude with the glasses. I'll pay you 100 scruples to shoot him. He hates Germans. They're just a bunch of motley crew dudes who don't play by the rules. That was funny. But anyway, I guess this is an aircraft movie. It came out in 2006. What was the name of it? Rescue Dawn or something like that. WW2, Naval Aviation. So, I never heard of it. Shit. I'll watch it. Fuck yeah. I got a few war movies to watch. Yeah. Anyway, hey, Mrs. Butthead, you're a Secret fan, right? Why wouldn't you be? Right. I'm that guy, right, yeah. But anyway, like I said, because, she used to work at the same place I did. And it just sounds particularly bad, when I, talk about her for like 10 minutes straight. Her and or her friend, But like I said, the rules get applied to me, but they don't actually apply to me. But anyway, I was at the chiropractor today, and I had to do a double take. I thought I saw your goofy dork ass up there. I must be in love with you, because you know what they say. When you're in love with someone, everything and everybody reminds you of them, so. Yeah, you might not want to tell the Gweed that. He seems like a really insecure guy. And I just don't want that kind of bullshit in my life, you know what I mean? So, he doesn't know me from nothing. I don't know why he would be aware of this. I mean, obviously, you. But I don't think you would sit around, with probably your husband at this point, you don't seem to be developing a belly. But, soon. And then you're off the list, because then it does get weird. Right now, I'm just curious. Sheer goddamn curiosity. I want to see if you made it, or make it, or made it, or whatever. But, yeah, then you're off the list. And so is Kleber, and I guess she's just like, fuck social media, or whatever, but anyway, I saw this girl, I turned around, and she had a shit-eating grin and everything. And she was like a dork, and she had a hat on, and I was like, and I looked away, and it's like my brain registered, wait a minute. And I looked back, and I'm like, hey. And I don't remember what she said, but it was some form or variation of hi. And she had kind of that shit-eating grin and was kind of like giggling her stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever. And then I look back at this big giant poster of information that I was reading, and I could hear her back there. She had a cold, and it was kind of cute, you know, because she's like this dork. You know, I got these big dork glasses and this stupid dork hat, and of course she looks like a dork. And she kind of blew her nose a little bit, you know, and it was like this. See, when girls blow their nose, it's usually kind of like, you know, or when they sneeze, you know, like when a guy sneezes, it's like, you know, you know, or whatever, right? Unless he's like some modern soy boy, then it's a little bit on the, you know, side of things. But when chicks sneeze, you know, it's like adorable, right? Like even if it's this like power sneeze, it's still like girlified, you know. You know, just it's stupid. You know, it's a girl thing. It's cute. You know, it's a feature, not a bug. So she's blowing her nose, right? And it's like all loud and shit, but girly. You know, it's not like if I blow my nose, it's like, you know, it sounds like a T Rex. You know, or Godzilla. You know, more of this screech. You know, that's like what my schnauzer blows sound like, but. Girl blows her nose, even if it's a power blow, you know, it's still like all girly and shit. So it was kind of cute, you know. So that's it. That's all I had to say. So I don't make the rules, you know what I mean? I tell her how I see it, folks. I had to do a double take. My brain was like, no. No, I don't think so. Stupid dork.